Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much and remember blessed. Whenever you look my video, whenever you watch my video, share the video to all platforms. Share it to family and friends. Share it in your WhatsApp group so that people can get information on what is happening in the contraption called Nigeria, mainly against the Biafrans, against the Duduas, against the indigenous people in the contraption called Nigeria. I try as much as possible to set the record straight. I don't preach hate speech. I don't speak against people. I set the record straight. The only important thing I do here is to make sure that the plight of the people remains on the front burner and the world will know the true story of what is going on in the contraption called Nigeria.
My Lord, the Honorable the Chief Judge of Anambra State, Honorable Justice O.M. Anyacham, may I with utmost respect humbly invite the Governor-elect, Professor Charles Chukwuma Seludo, to come over for the Honorable Chief Judge to swear you in as the Executive Governor of Anambra State.
As you can see, that's the governor-elect. He is going up there. This is a great moment for the Anambra State. It's a great moment. You will be stepping up there as governor-elect. Definitely be stepping down from there as the official governor. He's about to go in there to take all important to commence a new era. Okay. So that's what we're bringing to you live from the government house. Came with his whole family, the children, the first family of Anambra State from now henceforth. This is coming to you from the IPOB reporting live from the government house. This couple of minutes, this will be officially
iya buaka nenye haka hangon kizibu kwenkwan hage erubeisi na mwulite Nigeria na hage erubeisi na akwụkwọ iwu Nigeria na hage erubeisi na gọọmenti Nigeria nke abụọ webuluzie ịṅụ iyi maka ịbụ gọvanọ nke steeti.
Oath of allegiance. I, your name please?
Charles Chukwuma Seludo.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will be faithful and bear true allegiance.
That I will be faithful and bear true allegiance.
To the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
To the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And that I will preserve.
And that I will preserve.
Protect. And defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Oath of office. I,
Chukwuma Seludo,
do
solemnly swear
that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance.
That I will be faithful and bear true allegiance.
To the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
To the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And that as the governor of Anambra State.
And that I will be governor of Anambra State. As the governor of Anambra State.
I will discharge my duties to the best of my ability.
I will discharge my duties to the best of my ability.
Faithfully and in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Faithfully and in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And the law.
And the law.
And always in the interest of the sovereignty.
And always in the interest of the sovereignty.
Solidarity. Well-being and prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Well-being and solidarity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
That I will strive to preserve the fundamental objectives.
And I will strive to preserve the fundamental objectives.
And the directive principles of state policy.
And the directive principles of state policy.
Contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
That I will exercise the authority vested in me as governor.
That I will exercise the authority vested in me as the governor.
So as not to impede.
So as not to impede.
Or prejudice.
or prejudice
the authority lawfully vested in the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The authority lawfully vested in the President of the Federal Republic.
And so as not to endanger the continuance of Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And so as not to endanger the continuance of the Federal Republic.
That I will not allow my personal interest.
That I will not allow my personal interest.
To influence my official conduct.
To influence my official conduct.
Or my official decisions.
Or my official decisions.
That I will, to the best of my ability.
And that I will, to the best of my ability.
Preserve.
Protect.
And defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic.
And defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic.
That I will abide by the Code of Conduct.
That I will abide by the Code of Conduct.
As contained in the 5th schedule.
As contained in the 5th schedule.
To the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
To the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
That in all circumstances.
That in all circumstances.
I will do right to all manner of people.
I will do right to all manner of people.
According to law.
According to law.
Without fear or favor.
Without fear or favor.
Affection or ill will.
Affection or ill will.
That I will not directly.
That I will not directly.
Or indirectly.
Communicate.
Or reveal to any person. Any matter which shall be brought under my consideration.
Any matter which has been brought under my consideration.
Or shall become known to me as Governor of Anambra State.
Or shall become known to me as Governor of Anambra State.
Except as may be required for the due discharge of my duty.
Except as may be required for the due discharge of my duty.
As Governor. And that I will devote myself to the service.
And that I will devote myself to the service.
And well-being of the people of Nigeria.
And well-being to the service of the people of Nigeria.
So help me God.
Oh, help me God.
It is gone.
Omela. Dịka esi ekwu ya n'isi njedebe ofu ihe bụ mmalite ihe ọzọ ka ọ dị ugbu a ọchịchị Willie Obianọ dịka gọvanọ Anambra State abịara n'isi njedebe.
Please take your seats, ladies and gentlemen, and then clear the arena. Please clear the arena. No Inspector Please can you clear the arena, please?
Let's take our seats.
Please take your seats. Please take your seats, please.
Remember, she blocked me.
Sorry.
So this is like right
now. Governor Chukwuma Seludo ọnwụọla ihe ọrụ o lekwala ndị uwe ojii bụ ndị nchekwa ọ ga-agabazi ugbu a ka ọ gakwuo okwu mbụ ya ọ ga-agwa ndị Anambra dịka gọvanọ onye isi ha.
Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Chukwuma Charles Seludo, Mr. Governor of Anambra State.
All right. Are you staying on the camera? Your Excellencies. All right. You know, in the new order of things, could we tell those who are making noise at the rear, if they are not for the event, they can as well leave? Because the Anambra that we're talking about is a place of law and order. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Anambra is a place of law and order. And for a few minutes, we said that there weren't going to be any lengthy celebrations. This event was supposed to last for some minutes. You just come in, national anthem prayers, swear people in, and we go to work. Because my first meeting is already waiting, the people for the first meeting. And that's why we had to cut this thing very short so that we can go to work. So please, if you could listen to us for just a few minutes. And let me say, do I want to rest on the existing protocol, but then to say, Your Excellency, my Deputy Governor of Anambra State, Dr. Onyekachukwu Ibezim, the newly minted Deputy Governor of Anambra State, and his wife. But while I do that, I will also recognize the wife of the Governor of Anambra State. The wife of the Governor of Anambra State.
Makana na-ekwu na ejila gawa okpuru okokoro ya. Ya mere.
Okay.
Let
me say, Your Grace, not in any particular order, my national chairman, our Lord Bishops here, Lord Spiritual and Temporal, a national chairman, the Speaker of the Anambra State House of Assembly, the members of the National Assembly, former and current, I could say, our distinguished senators. Let me not go repeat the entire protocol that has been established because we want to save time, and all protocols duly observed. Anambra, this is the moment. I applied for this job. My party, the All Progressive Grand Alliance Africa, shortlisted me, and you, Umunnamundi Anambra, interviewed and employed me as your chief servant with Dr. Onyekachukwu Gilbert Ibezim as my deputy. God ordained this moment, and we are grateful to him and to you all for the privilege to serve you. Dr. Ibezim and I will work very hard every day to make you proud. I ask millions of Anambra all over the world who have prayed for today to simply say a 1-minute prayer to commit this journey and Anambra State onto the hands of the Almighty God. Anambra will win. Before I go further, let's pay special tributes to hundreds of thousands of our friends and supporters who worked tirelessly to see us to this moment. It is not possible to list all of you here. I remember with deep sense of grief the 3 gallant police officers, Inspector Murtala Saudi, Sergeant Modashir Ahmed, and Sergeant Samuel Eshaya, who lost their lives to the unknown gunmen who attacked us at a meeting with the youth in my village last year. We pledge to continue to take care of their families. Let me particularly thank my friend and outgoing governor of Anambra State, His Excellency Sir Willie Madabro Chukwuobiano, for being an honorable gentleman and leader. On Saturday, 20th November 2016, I accepted your proposal for gentlemen's understanding and partnership. I kept my part in 2017, and even after 5 years, you still kept yours in 2021. I always emphasize this point because it is rare these days to find people who keep their word in politics, and we will never take your support for granted. You are indeed a great leader. Thanks for believing in me. We will work hard to make you and the Anambra proud. To our indefatigable national chairman, Ozombu Dr. Victor Ikoye, your visit of 27th August 2016 and unwavering support remain historical. I will continue to thank all our party members, especially the members of the Board of Trustees, National Executive Council, state, local government, and ward excos, our campaign committees at all levels for their massive support. I am grateful to all the stakeholders of the Anambra project, the clergy, and I say several of our leaders in the Lord who are here, from the archbishops to the bishops and so on, and the church, traditional rulers, Association of Anambra Town Unions, labor, market, trade, and professional unions, youth and women organizations, non-indigenous associations, businessmen and captains of industry, the diaspora community, persons with disabilities, etc., etc. We thank especially the 41 self-funding support groups who propelled this movement. Our donors and the goodwill of other Nigerian stakeholders made a significant difference. Thanks immensely to the 150 star-studded transition committee chaired by our own Dr. Mrs. Obieze. Let me once again put on record our debt of gratitude to the federal institutions, the judiciary, Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, the security agencies, for insisting on a transparent and credible electoral system. Our eternal gratitude goes to President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, and the presidency for remaining Democrats. In particular, I want to thank my wife, that's the one that makes me glow, Nonye Francis Seludo, and my children, Ozonna, Ifatu, Chinua, Ekene, Odoka, and Zikora, for their love and sacrifices. Despite your deep reservations about this journey, you still allowed and supported me to step out in the service of our people. As I repeatedly promised, I will work hard every day never to disappoint you. My 90-year-old father is watching this live, while my late beloved mother, Mbafo, is smiling in her grave. Today is my first day at work. I just reported for duty, 8:55 to be precise, and will work for at least 8 hours today. And that's why I'm just eager to get this over with so we can go in and start work. We had more than a month since the election to celebrate our historic victory. Now is the time to work, and there is no minute or kobo to waste in fanfare. In a few minutes, I will announce some of the principal officers of my administration and commence with serious meetings of the Anambra Security Council, followed by a meeting with the permanent secretaries, a meeting on Okpoko, and with my strategy, execution, and evaluation team. Within the next 1 week, the list of commissioners will be laid before the House of Assembly. Tomorrow, we will head to Okpoko in Obaru local government area and parts of Onitsha and Indemili as we signpost our commitment to fundamental urban regeneration, beginning with the greater Onitsha metropolis. As I stand here, ladies and gentlemen, I feel the weight of history. I stand on the foundation laid especially by our elected predecessors, Honorable Right Dr. Nnamdi Kanu, GCFR, Dr. Michael Okpara, Chief Jinwo Obodo, Chief Christian Ono, Dr. Chukwuemeka Ezife, Dr. Chinwoke Mbadinuju, Chris Ngige, Mr. Peter Obi, and yes, our own Chief Sir Willie Obiano. You all did your best and well for our people, and I salute you all. As I wear the Afghan muffler on my neck, I feel the weight of Africa's historic progressives, like the great Zik of Africa, Chief Obafemi Awolowo GCFR, Mwalimu Julius Nyerere, Dr. Emaya Okpara, Malam Aminu Kano, Chief Joseph Taka, Malam Balarabe Musa, Kwame Nkrumah, etc. Not to talk of millions of the living African progressives who still dream of Renaissance Africa. We will never let them down. The All Progressive Grand Alliance, our party, initially set up to be registered as United Progressive Grand Alliance UPGA, is a nostalgic rebirth of the Grand Alliance of Progressives in the First Republic, comprising Azikiwe's NCNC, Awolowo's Action Group, Joseph Taka's United Middle Belt Congress, Aminu Kano's NEPU, etc. As the first true progressive party in Nigeria since 1999, at least it is the first to be registered as a progressive party. Our ideology is a combination of Zik's neo-welfarism, Awolowo's scientific socialism, and Aminu Kano's democratic humanism to form what we see as the Pan-African market progressivism. It is a Pan-Africanist ideology that integrates the social democratic values with the principles of competitive markets. Anambra under our watch will mirror this ideology, and we believe that this should be Nigeria's compass to the future. We will seek active collaboration and cooperation with the federal government, our neighboring and other states, as well as the international community, to provide our state truly people-centered governance. We will consolidate the progress made under our predecessors to continue Anambra's upward trajectory. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I stand up for the millions of Ndi Anambra for whom this mandate means everything. The hopes and expectations rise up to the heavens. Understandably, all of us wish that I could perform miracles by waving my hands and our problems will be solved. I hear you, I feel your pulse. For your sake, I keep awake at night, sometimes having palpitations about not letting you down. Well, since God is a miracle worker, I will look out to him in prayer and faith as we start the work ahead of us. I see and feel all the humongous challenges. I know the lean financial base of our state. I know the limitations imposed upon a sub-national state, such as Anambra, by the peculiar structure of our federation. But ladies and gentlemen, here is my promise. I will give it my all. I will work hard, very hard every day with you to make Anambra proud. Every kobo of your tax money will be deployed to provide you maximum value. People ask me why we are not celebrating today as it has become customary. My response is that we all, party members, supporters, family and friends, celebrated in thanksgiving and prayers after you decided to employ me last November 6 and 9. But today, my first day at work, is not a day for celebration. First, there is no venue that can contain the tens of thousands of Ndi Anambra and friends all over the world who would wish to join us on this historic occasion. Second, the state cannot afford any such expensive ceremonies. Third, and as a matter of personal philosophy and as a true progressive, I do not subscribe to using the paltry tax collected from the women selling pepper on the roadside or the Okada or Keke drivers on a fleeting funfair or banquet. I insisted that this event must not cost the government of Anambra 1 kobo, and it has not. Even the little refreshment that we'll have here, the canopies and so on, they are all paid personally. It will not cost Anambra 1 kobo to do this. I would rather use such resources, if it's available, to lay the foundation stone for a public hospital at Okoko or elsewhere, or empower our security agencies to fight criminality. Today, I come with a sober heart, conscious of the enormity of responsibilities on our shoulders and the challenges ahead. Yes, there will be time to celebrate. We will celebrate when security of life and property is guaranteed and law and order is restored. When every child of schooling age is in school, when every school child is receiving the 21st century education for the digital age. We will celebrate when everyone, especially children and women, can access quality health care, where the cost of doing business is down to near zero. Our roads are tarred and we have an efficient transportation system with no one having to wait in traffic for more than a few minutes. Until we have access to 24-hour electricity and our streets are clean and green, our cities, communities, and markets are planned and clean, the many millions of Chaliwamba force and the vulnerable persons are lifted up to realize their God-given potential. And all our pensioners receive their gratuities and workers are paid their leave allowances and contractors paid, we will not celebrate. Until our youths get jobs and business opportunities, until the youth in Okoko Zone 9 become global serial entrepreneurs, we will not celebrate. Poverty, until poverty is near zero and income levels rising. Yes, I will not celebrate, and certainly not with the taxpayers' money. Umunnemundi Anambra, I come to this job prepared to serve you. For 12 years since 2009, when I first indicated interest to serve you, I persevered through the turbulent politics, and here we are today. Once again, I present to you the Seludo solution, our contract with the people, which we intend to vigorously implement, subject to resource availability. Our contract with Anambra people derived from 3 seminal documents: the Anambra Vision 2070, a 50-year development plan, which I chaired the drafting. B, the Seludo solution, a people's manifesto for a greater Anambra. And the third is the Transition Committee's combined report, which built on the first 2 documents. In sum, ladies and gentlemen on the vine, this is an agenda for an itinerant tribe in search of a livable and prosperous homeland. Driven by the philosophy of one Anambra, one people, one agenda, our goal is to build Anambra into a livable and prosperous smart mega city. Yes, we are starting, as I said, tomorrow at Okoko. Somebody asked me from the south, that the outgoing governor is from the north, and is just handing over to someone from the south, and you're also beginning your first job from the north. And I said, my response was, I believe in one Anambra, one people, one agenda. And our agenda, that one goal, is to build Anambra into a livable and prosperous smart megacity. We aim to transit beyond petroleum into the digital world of the 4th Industrial Revolution and envision Anambra as an industrial technology and leisure entertainment hub of West Africa. Our detailed plan rests on 5 key pillars. The first is law and order, and that is homeland peace and security. The second, economic transformation as Nigeria's next axis of industrial tech and leisure. And fourth is competitive and progressive social agenda to deal with education, health, youth, women, and vulnerable groups. And then governance, rule of law, and the rebirth of our value system. And finally, to aggressively tackling our existential threat posed by the environment. And that's towards moving towards a clean, green, planned, and sustainable cities, communities, and markets. For me, ladies and gentlemen, this agenda is also personal. I am here to join you in building a society where I will be proud to live in after leaving office. What we propose is what we collectively build, is that we collectively build a new social and economic order that guarantees and defends economic freedom and reward of private enterprise to secure our future, that any child born in Anambra will have little incentive to rush elsewhere in search of opportunities, and anyone persecuted anywhere in the world can return to a happy and prosperous homeland. That is our mission. Such a new order will of necessity entail a massive disruptive change and creative destruction, with short-term pains but guaranteed long-term benefits. As a humane and progressive government, we shall strive to deliver the difficult change with a human face. As we transit into a non-oil economy, our strategy is a small open economy framework embedded in the 21st century imperative of everything technology. We seek to bring the world to Anambra and take Anambra to the world, especially in the context of the African Continental Free Trade Area. Our Made in Anambra and Anambra Standards agenda underpin this strategy. If you can produce it in Anambra, I will be your Chief Marketing Officer, provided that your standards meet the Anambra standard, which is excellence. The Anambra government will only patronize Made in Anambra products and services unless such goods or services are not currently made in Anambra, then made in Nigeria, Africa, and in that sequence. When you see me in innocent vehicles or in my Akwete dress with a pair of shoes made in Obunike and Nkwele Zunaka, that's my shoe from there, and Onisha, we are making a statement. And if you look there, you will see, as I promised, that the vehicle I will drive will be innocent as governor of Anambra. And they're already, that's it packed there. Today, the light refreshment to be served after this brief event is abacha from Umunze, Okwa from Isofia, Anambra rice with Ofaku, Nkwenu from Obu, Ngwo from Awandoba, and malt and bottled water from Onisha. As part of our Made in Anambra cultural renaissance and healthy living agenda, when you come to the Governor's Lodge or attend any state government function, be sure to be served only Made in Anambra. We want to go back to where M.I. Opera stopped with the palm revolution and plant millions of palm trees. In some years, we will seek not only to export palm produce, but also fresh palm wine from Anambra State. We will seek active collaboration with the federal government, not only to export manufactured and agricultural products, but also services, especially tech, leisure, entertainment, and skills and talents, as we seek an educational system whose products are productive at home and also exportable abroad. Anambra's greatest resource is our human capital, and we shall grow and mine this resource to its maximum, leveraging on technology. We will soon inaugurate the Anambra Innovation and Technology Advisory Council to drive the emergence of the digital tribe and mainstreaming technology and innovation across all aspects of our lives. Also, our International Investment Council, our Global Friends of Anambra in Development, as well as the Council on the Ease of Doing Business. We will conduct local government elections. No doubt, the uniform local government system as the third federating unit is one of the contested features of our federalism. But we must make the best of a bad system by unleashing the potential of governance at the lower levels. Over the next 2 years, we shall review, amend the relevant legislations, reform and strengthen the system for efficiency, restructure and strengthen the Anambra's Independent Electoral Commission, and conduct local government elections. We will collaborate and coordinate actively with local governments to ensure synergy and complementarities. Let the revolution also get to the grassroots. We shall reinvigorate and mainstream the public-community-private partnership as a veritable framework for service delivery and development. We will develop pragmatic frameworks for private sector and communities to adopt schools, build roads through infrastructure, manage government assets, receive and manage development matching grants, participate in sanitation and securing law and order, there is a subtle but powerful revolution underway, or raising the bar on our age-old community development model. Yes, every community embarks on community development, and there are thousands of Anambra operating different private charities and philanthropies. But let me give you an example that beyond the well-known Nnewi model about think home and act home, some communities such as Nneni and Adaziane, just showing these two as examples, are showing new examples. At Nneni, an individual has started 18 kilometers of road, and together with others, now a total of 24 kilometers of road provided by private citizens of Nneni in Nneni. And they are now refurbishing and empowering public schools in their community. An individual in Adaziane has also done 13 kilometers and wants to surpass the Nneni record. The government will provide a framework to incentivize and unleash the momentum of this new phenomenon at the village and community levels. Our government is committed to promoting the expeditious dispensation of justice, especially the prompt resolution of commercial disputes. We shall collaborate with the Chief Judge and his colleagues to significantly improve the physical infrastructure and technological infrastructure of the courts, and hopefully also implement some structural reforms to fast-track the path to justice and make Anambra the #1 in the speedy dispensation of justice and ease of doing business. In the Anambra, part of our future is in our past. We will mainstream our values of hard work, integrity, compassion, and sanctity of life. The fringe but destructive minority, which embodies the get-rich-quick by all means philosophy, cultism, drug addiction, bloodletting, criminality, kidnapping, etc., they do not represent us and cannot define us. As a new social order and everything technology, philosophy take life, many unproductive systems will give way. There will be new and better ways of managing our parks, managing our markets, different and better ways of collecting government revenue, managing waste, and general service delivery to citizens. The land registry will be digitized, and we shall leverage on technology to ensure a responsive and accountable public service, together with our initiative for an ID for every Anambra person, wherever he or she may be, and a code of conduct for political appointees to mainstream servant leadership by example. We must, ladies and gentlemen, rid Onitsha and all our roads and markets of revenue touts and make shopping in Anambra a pleasurable experience. Today, I will sign an executive order to suspend all revenue contracts operating in the parks, markets, and roads until we put in place a new system within the next 4 weeks. Consequently, as from tomorrow, the 18th March 2022, if anyone asks you to pay him or her cash as revenue to the government in the parks, markets, and roads, such a person must be a thief. And market unions must also stop harassing the customers. We shall embark on massive training and social re-engineering to win our people off the old unproductive ways. As a humane government, we shall endeavor to offer alternative opportunities to the revenue towns. Over the next 2 years, many will complain that, quote, it is not the way we do it. But we can't repeat the same thing and expect a different result. During the coming months, we shall embark upon bold but difficult reforms, and these reforms may be unpopular, especially among those benefiting from the existing order. For sure, the revenue and park mafia that are raking billions of government revenue into their private pockets won't be happy. But we commit to doing the right things, and we plead for your understanding, patience, and cooperation. By His grace, Ndebai, Anambra will win. But Anambra State is a sub-national entity within the context of Nigeria's unitary federalism. The speed of our progress will depend in part upon the threats and opportunities inherent in such a system. The ongoing constitutional amendment at the National Assembly is welcome, albeit that some of the proposals merely tinker at the margins and are attempting to do more of the same. The subnational states need to be unleashed. For too long, Nigeria has tried a top-down strategy. Now is the time to try a bottom-up approach, and that's part of my motivation. While we debate how far and how fast the devolution and reconfigurations will go, the world is not waiting. As the world transits away from oil into cleaner energy sources and the world of fourth industrial revolution, Nigeria needs a fundamentally different rule book to survive and to compete. We will seek to optimize the limited headroom allowed by the current peculiar structure to give our people improved lifestyle. Anambra, besides the environment, a fundamental existential threat to our state and indeed Igbo land is that of peace building and law and order. We can't build this homeland by turning the sword against each other. The Anambra love their homeland, but the recent upsurge in criminality poses a great threat. My heart bleeds to see and hear about our youth dying in senseless circumstances. Every criminal gang today, kidnappers, wicked murderers, arsonists, rapists, thieves, all now claim to be freedom. This must stop. All the stakeholders must now review both the narrative and the action plan. For starters, I totally endorse the recent statement of March 7th this year by the joint body of Southeast Council of Traditional Rulers and Bishops and Archbishops on the peace and conflict resolution, requesting for a tripartite discussion between all stakeholders. To the IPOB, ESN, and MASOB, as well as the disparate armed groups in the forest, it is time to interrogate both the purpose and the means of your campaign. Ladies and gentlemen, to the politicians playing politics with insecurity, you are riding a tiger. The current trajectory is a road to desolation. Let us get around the table and talk. Let the elite in the closet come out and let's debate our future and forge a consensus. The conspiracy of silence by the elite and some of the community leaders must end. If you see something, say something, or do something. Securing Igbo land and Nigeria must be our collective responsibility. Let those in the forests come out, surrender your guns, and let's work together positively to peace and prosperity of our homeland. A significant part of our state economy is powered by artisans, keke drivers, vulcanizers, hairdressers, cat pushers, petty traders, bricklayers, women frying akara, and all those who depend on daily toil and sweat to feed their families. Every day there is these poor masses lose an estimated 19.6 billion and show leadership by joining hands with us to do something about it. If you love our homeland, there is no place for bloodshed. Our Lord Jesus Christ admonished us in Matthew 26, verse 52, quote, "Put your sword back in its sheath, for all die by the sword." Her last born, Chukwuemeka, died the same during the war. My father bore a bullet inside of him for many years. My elder brother at 16 was in the boys' company, such that myself, the second, at 8, I became the man of the house with all the men at the war front. My uncles, cousins, etc. died during the war. Nigeria, Africa. With Ohanese's estimate that some 11.6 million Igbos live in the north, and over 7 million in Lagos state alone, and over 70% of our non-land assets. We need Nigeria, and Nigeria needs us. We need Africa, and at the world, and they also need us. Yes, we have had every genuine agitation for fairness, justice, equity, and equality in the Nigerian Federation. No, we refuse to turn our homeland into a crime scene and all manner of criminality. No group has ever succeeded in any struggle in history by turning the sword and this establishment, and as a matter of topmost priority. With good faith and hard work by all parties, I am convinced that justice, peace, and order will return to Anambra State and the Southeast within the shortest possible time. Anambra, this agenda is premised upon your irrepressible and communal spirit. It is you, the people, that will make it happen. We all love our homeland to death, and we can turn it into whatever we will that it should be. A new servant leadership and a new homeland consciousness by the people will get us there, despite huge challenges. For example, to effectively implement our ambitious agenda, we need annual investment levels of about 25 to 30% of the state gross domestic product, GDP. And this will come to, in dollar terms, to like about 2.58 to 3.09 billion dollars. It's the level of investment you're required to make here, to make the kind of dent we need. And at current levels, our public sector investment is less than $100 million. The gap seems daunting, but we are undaunted. The internally generated revenue of the state is barely 0.5% of the state GDP. And this presents immense opportunity as well as a threat in the context of a rentier culture, where the social contrast and trust between the citizen and the government is broken, and the people do not believe that they can get value for their taxes. We are determined to change this. I pledge here once again, ladies and gentlemen, for us to devote every kobo of your tax money to work for you. This is your government. I'm only your employee. I commit to a transparent, accountable, judicious, and full use of your tax money. My litmus test for every expenditure will be to ask two questions. One, if this is my hard-earned money from work and profit, can I spend it this way? Two, is this the best way to spend the taxes and levy collected from the poor traders and Okada riders? If I cannot answer yes to both questions, then I will hesitate to deploy your money. On your part, average over 50,000 per annum. What about you, the shop owner or trader, the lawyer, the doctor, the consultant, the journalist, the professionals, the business owner, the landlords, and so on? The question is, you want security, you want good transport network without traffic, good schools and hospitals, you want water, clean, green, and planned environment, etc. How much do you pay per month or per year? The Anambra outside of Anambra must creatively pay their taxes in their primary residence, Anambra. With a new homeland consciousness and the estimated over 10 million in the Anambra outside of the state can collectively turn their homeland into the new axis of prosperity. In addition to our civic duties and responsibilities as responsible citizens, I call on all of us to go the extra mile in volunteering our time and treasure to create the homeland of our dream. Everybody is important in this journey, and I need your help to succeed. We must all strive to die empty, to give our all in aid to God's creation. Each day, every Onye Anambra must ask him or herself, quote, what have I done today to make my home state livable and prosperous? It should be part of our daily devotion. There must be a purpose in God's, why God in his infinite wisdom decided to make you Onye Anambra. In my view, that must be to live it better than you met it. No one is too poor to give or do something for Anambra. If not you, who? If not now, when? As I conclude, ladies and gentlemen, And as I close my eyes and visualize our future, I can see millions of Ndi Anambra holding hands and working hard for a glorious future. I see the skyscrapers along the banks of River Niger in Onitsha, Nnewi, Awka, Ekwulobia, etc. I see a smart megacity with millions of happy and prosperous people. I see us exporting massively to the world, and the world coming to Anambra as a preferred destination to live, to work, to invest, learn, relax, and enjoy. Seize this moment in the Anambra, and together, let us make it count. Anambra.
Thank you so much for your patience to watch from the beginning to the end. I hope you have learned something from the video you have just watched. The video you have just watched is to bring information to your doorstep and for educational purpose. It is not to demonize anybody. Let us watch continuously and see who can be able to make a sense out of every nonsense we are seeing. We must continue. We move. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra is here. Thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please kindly subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so that you're notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you and remain blessed. Bye-bye. See you again.